Welcome to an enjoyable new episode. We have placed a broom initially in the top left corner and then moved it to the middle, but that's okay. I ordered a Makita battery from Ali, and when it arrived, it looked great at first. The packaging could be original. It came in such a nice bag for the 6 amp battery, and at first glance, it appeared to be of high quality. The controls or buttons are identical everywhere, and it's only noticeable that it goes down like that when it shuts down. Now let's take the same 6 amp battery and test the original version. Let's observe his actions here. He's stepping out with enthusiasm. So let's look first. Externally, it looks identical, or would you say let's turn it around like that again so it makes a solid impression at first? But the first thing I noticed when we look at the writing, this wave that goes outward, that's quite far away from these 6 amps. And with the right ones on Makita batteries, they are therefore quite dense. And this is always the same with all Makita batteries. The shaft is quite close to this number of amps. Otherwise, I would say at first glance, you don't notice anything, or except that 6 amps here is a little thicker than up here. Makita is spelled correctly, and the logo here, it's right up here, and here it also has to be the other way around. You don't have much difference here, except that there's a club down here. You can see this with the battery. Here below we can see if this is the same with the others. Otherwise, when you look at the top, I noticed that the 61 doesn't exist here either. Is there a 31? But whether that has something to say, whether 61 or 31 is first to be decided. What is striking is that all Makita batteries I have that are original are always stamped here and not printed. This can be printed, the very one here, this middle line, or embossed like here. But the newer batteries have one like that. Yes, a QR code. Otherwise, you have this PC here. You also have the star here. So it's really very well made. The only thing that stands out here is that the original has you here. There are 4 contacts on each side, and the other battery only has 1 terminal, so 2. If you see the 2 contacts, that means the current can't be delivered so strongly or so well to the device. So that's what I noticed for the first time. Whether that's the case with all the new 6 amp batteries, I don't know. But I'm assuming that you left these 4 contacts in here. There's also a contact here in the middle here, so I'll be able to see 2 contacts in there. That's the first thing I noticed. So otherwise plus minus is indicated. And let's go to the back. You have the logos here. They are sometimes in a different order at Makita, but with the 4 amps, they are displayed like here. Then you also have the lettering here. Some of them really do. I'll see if I can find another one where it's printed like that. This is the 4 amp, and you look the same. It looks so similar. So does the order of the logos. Here it is a bit bigger, but that is always different from variant to variant and from vintage to vintage. But here too I can say that the lettering below fits first. This is the same with some 4 amp batteries, and for some batteries this is described hier in sufficient numbers. Aber auch hier, dass es wieder ein rechargeable Akku ist. that's missing here, but again, there are batteries from Makita, so it's not on it either. So that's not the clue at first. Then you normally have the screws and the fuse down here. Otherwise, also this offset of this bore. Here and here, they are a little under. It's made exactly the same. So it's really, really fascinating how good the fake is. So I can't imagine that it's an original battery from Makita. So these are the points that I noticed first. In terms of weight, this one is also heavier than this one. You can feel it immediately. So I would say that of the 6 amps that are supposed to be in here, there are maybe 3 or 4 amps, but even for 4 amps, that would be okay. You have to say the thing now costed 28 at Ali with delivery. Now someone will say, what did you expect? Yes, I didn't expect it to be an original. I just wanted to see what it is and how good he is, and we will test that again. So far it is fully charged, and I think the 6 amps would theoretically cost 90 € on average in Germany. So the battery is quite frustrating. Although it inserts smoothly and fits tightly, it's hard to complain as it's recognized by the machine under load. We should test it immediately. Let's get to the conclusion first. So purely theoretically, if this is an original battery, then it's a beak. You have to say about it. It makes a solid impression. It's really not glued on here. It's really embossed or transfer printing, I would say, is that. And it goes in and out really easily. So without it jamming. So it really makes a good impression. So it's not cheap actually in terms of type. And it would pass as an original, I would say, but I don't think it's original. If you still have any tips on how to measure it without opening it and discover how many amps it has, then please always give me that information. Currently, what strikes me is that it appears to shine from here, indicating it's not original. Let's examine it. You don't see any shining. There's something missing, a cover perhaps. That's my observation. You see it like that. Like I said, I don't think it's an original. For 28, we don't need to fool ourselves. I'm also a little afraid of loading it alone without supervision. So I'll probably only use it or afterwards when I'm nearby so that I can see immediately if there's somehow a short circuit has arisen so that it won't burn down my whole place. So guys and girls, buy original and not swept. And so let's test the batteries now. First of all, the original battery is used. We will countersink a screw here, which is 9 centimeters long, a diameter of a good centimeter, and the screw head is, I think, 20 millimeters, and we will screw it into the squared wood at the back. The squared wood is completely normal. Soft, hard, medium wood, I don't know. It is not particularly stable, and we will start and first look with the impact wrench how much force we need. But I notice when screwing it, butter goes in easily without any problems and comes out butter soft again. You'll see that in a moment. Consumption is minimal, so actually nothing at all. You have to say minimal is the most capable. Or to put it incorrectly, it would be sick if you already had a bar of power loss in the battery after a screw. But of course, the original battery did this without any problems. Now we come to the fake battery, or at least I believe that a fake battery is. It is fully loaded. Just swap the same game on the other side first. And if you will see when screwing it in, when you start paying attention here, on the corner of the wood on the right. Unfortunately, it's tearing now, but I assume that it would still have worked without any problems, even if the wood hadn't broken. So get out with the whole thing again. So also quite honestly, no loss of performance, no nothing, no murmuring, no growling. The battery implemented or put this away without ifs and buts. Now let's start with a few other things. Here's a 9mm drill. We'll first drill 23 holes and then we'll drive in some wood connecting screws that I'll show you right away. Maybe someone knows what the screws are called. I'll call them wood connecting screws. They also have a good half centimeter or half a centimeter, a good centimeter in diameter, even a little more. Have a 15 key head, you can see it here, and we will sink or screw them into the pre-drilled holes. And that's of course always an issue because the battery really costs power. New energy, you see, we're through, the wood is rising, and now we're going to do it again with 23 more. So slipped here too. Sorry, put the whole good piece in again and get started. Number 1 is in. Now number 2 is next to it, sunk there without any problems too, so I can't complain. The thing has performance with the good 2 screws, and now we'll use the drill bit. And in fact, I just took a cordless screwdriver and put the Makita fake or not fake battery in there, and I'm going to drill a few holes here. While I'm drilling holes here, I can also say that it has quite well plugged away battery, so the whole test went through without any problems. I'm a little unsure whether it's a really fake battery or not, but I still think for the price Makita won't sell it, regardless of whether it was illegally imported or not. I have no idea, but the bottom line of the whole thing is, if you now need a cheap battery and can live with 34 amps for a 28, then you're well served with the battery. I'm just saying that myself. As my friend already said, better said, I don't let it charge without supervision. I just have too much respect for it, for fake things, or at least for poor workmanship. I don't want to open it now and look inside, but like I said, I don't think it's really real. Otherwise, have fun with it. Until next time, ciao ciao bambinos and bambinas.